Hello everyone, this is Dr. Akif. Today I am here to speak about home isolation measures to be taken by a home quarantine COVID-19 patients. So there has been lots of queries among lot of patients who are asymptomatic or who have very mild symptoms who are staying at home. What measures do they need to take at home so that they recover early from COVID-19? First question is that whenever anybody is diagnosed with COVID-19, so like if you ask a young patient or anybody who have very mild symptoms like fever or cough, cold, if only mild symptoms are there, he can actually stay at home. And what he needs to do is that if he's staying alone, if he's staying alone at home, then he can stay normally at home as usual. But in case if he's staying with other family members, what he need to do is he need to isolate himself in a room, a separate room with an attached bathroom. So that bathroom shouldn't be shared by any other family members. So that's what he needs to do initially. So whatever, other than that, whatever, like whenever he's having food or anything, so he should use separate plates and spoon. Everything should be separate for him. So that shouldn't be mixed with the other family members. That was the first thing he need to do. So second thing is what family members need to do to take care of themselves so that they do not catch this COVID-19 is that they need to anyways they will be away staying in another room, and whenever they are coming close to that room, they always need to wear a N95 mask or a respiratory mask should be worn by them. So everybody should wear a mask throughout whenever they are going to near that room. And if anybody in your family member is like bringing food for you, whenever they come inside, they should like not try to avoid touching any objects which is there in that room. So they should try avoiding that. And whenever they enter and then they come back, they need to sanitize their hands properly. How should he monitor illness? So remember, the COVID infection is basically it has two phases. That is the first week of illness and the second week of illness. In the first week of illness, usually the symptoms are very mild, and usually a patient will have only symptomatic, like he'll only get a fever or maybe some cough or body pains or generalized weakness. He will not get any severe symptoms like breathlessness or chest pain or drowsiness. He'll not get that. So first 1 week, what he need to do is how he monitor his illness is that he need to carry a pulse oximeter. So this is a pulse oximeter which I'm showing you. This is a pulse oximeter. So how do you need to monitor this? That when you have to put it in your finger. So whenever you put your finger, it shows two values. One is your heart rate and another is the oxygen levels. Here I can show you there is two things. One is the 70, which is showing as my heart rate, and another thing is 99, which is my oxygen levels. So this oxygen levels you need to monitor. So this oxygen levels you should monitor by two ways. One is that you will check your oxygen levels when you are at rest, like when you are sitting. That time you check your oxygen levels. Another thing you need to do is you have to walk for 5 to 6 minutes. So you have to try to walk in your room or somewhere. You have to walk for 5 to 6 minutes and check your oxygen levels. If your oxygen levels are dropping by more than 4%, like for example, if your oxygen level was 99 initially, and now after a walk, if it is gone to 95 or lesser than that, that means there is underlying lung damage. So that time you need to immediately consult a doctor or visit a doctor immediately. If your oxygen levels are more than that, like even after a walk, your oxygen levels is more than 95, or there is no drop in more than 4%, then it means that you are safe. There is no severe damage to your lungs. So then you can be reassured yourself that everything is going fine. Or other thing is that even at rest, if your oxygen levels is going less than 94, you need to immediately consult your doctor or immediately visit a hospital. So less than 94, it's better not to stay at home. You need to get admitted and take treatment properly. So only if your oxygen levels are more than 94%, that is SpO2 more than 94%, then only you should stay at home and you take treatment accordingly. Even if you're staying at home, always try to attach to a doctor. There are many doctors who are ready to help, who are doing teleconsultation. Try to connect to a doctor and keep in consistent follow with him. Like day by day, you update your clinical condition to him, and so that he can guide you properly. Is the what diet should be taken if you are in home isolation? So dieting, there is no particular diet as such. It says you can eat everything whatever you like. Okay, but the better is that you should avoid some spicy food because you are generally on many medicines which causes gastritis, and even viral infection causes gastritis. So you should try to avoid any food which is causing more like abdomen pain or burning sensation. So spicy things can be avoided. Other than that, everything else you can eat. Like many people ask whether they can eat non-veg or not. Yes, they can eat non-veg. They can eat whatever diet they want, whichever is they are liking. They can eat diet. More than diet, what is important is you need to take a lot of liquids. So a minimum of 2.5 to 3 liters of fluid should be taken. So it could be in the form of water or juices or coconut water or anything. So you can take anything as such, but water intake should be adequate. What medicines should be taken? See, so different doctors has different way of treating, and different part of the world treat patients differently. So as such, if your oxygen levels are more than 94%, there is no specific drug which you should take as such, because there is no proven role of any drug which can prevent you from further progression. So what you need to do is, if your oxygen levels is more than 94, what I suggest is you should take the treatment symptomatically. Like if you have a fever, you take a paracetamol or a Crocin or a Dolo tablet. If you have a cold, you take an antihistaminic, or if you have a cough, you take a cough suppressant or something. So other than that, there is no other medications which has shown to be have any proven role. Many doctors or many part of the world prescribe doxycycline, ivermectin. So it depends upon doctor to doctor practice and all. But as such, even none of the medicine has found to be any proven role in preventing preventing from progression of COVID-19. So what I suggest is more than 94% just takes symptomatic treatment. That should be enough. So whether we should take steroids or not is another question many people have. So steroids is absolutely no if your oxygen levels are more than 94%. So what does steroids do is steroids can reduce your immunity levels, which can cause you to get more secondary infections. So your chances of getting infection will be high if your oxygen levels are more than 94 and you're taking a steroid. So steroids is not just a vitamin capsule. So stop running towards steroid. Do not take steroid if your oxygen levels are more than 94%. So only other way you can take steroid is when you have a severe cough, and if your oxygen level is still more than 94, you can take is inhaler steroids, like what asthma people use. That now what we see is that they use a pumps or something. So you can use that only if you have a persistent cough which is not resolving with a normal cough suppressants. Only that type of steroid you can use if your oxygen levels are more than 94%. Other than that, nothing is required. Next question is how long a patient should be quarantined if he is at home. How long he should be quarantined? See, there are different part of the world, different guidelines says differently, but majorly what is followed is now WHO, what they have suggested is that any person who is diagnosed with COVID-19 should be home quarantined for a minimum of 10 days. So two things should be there. He should be quarantined minimum of 10 days, and along with that, he should not have symptoms for at least 3 days. So I repeat, he should be quarantined for minimum of 10 days. Along with that, he should not have any symptoms for 3 days. For example, if a patient has symptoms for 10 days, and he's 10 days, but he has finished the 10 days of quarantine. So it doesn't mean he can come out of his home. So he has to additionally finish 3 days of asymptomatic phase. That means he shouldn't have any symptoms for next 3 days. Then only he can come out of home, and then only his quarantine period will be over. So the next question which most of the patients ask me, I get a frequent calls nowadays also, okay, when a patient with COVID-19 should do a CT scan or should do any blood test. So see, answer to that is, in first week of illness, you need not do any CT scan or blood test. Your blood test and CT scan will be normal in your first week of illness. So do not run for that CT scan and blood test in first week of illness. So in second week of illness, you should do CT scan only if your symptoms are progressing. My means, if you have started with fever or cough, and if your fever is progressing, or if you are getting cough is increasing, or you have started getting breathless, then only you should do CT scan and other blood tests. Otherwise, if you are improving day by day very well and there is no fever, cough has subsided, there is no need to do routinely CT scan or blood test. You can only wait this, you can monitor your pulse oximeter by using pulse oximeter. You can monitor that. If your oxygen level is showing above 97 and if you have no symptoms, you need not do any CT scan or blood test even in your second week of illness. Another question commonly people ask is, when should we do a repeat COVID test? Do we need to do a repeat COVID test before coming out of quarantine? So remember, you need not do a repeat COVID test. Okay, many data what we have so far is known that even if you have if you have got completely cured of COVID-19, your throat swab or RT-PCR test can come positive for up to 3 months. 3 months. So it doesn't mean that you have a COVID infection. What it means, even if there is a dead virus or dead antigen in your throat, so dead virus which is there, that can also come positive in a RT-PCR test. So you need not do routinely. COVID RT-PCR test should not be done routinely. Even on follow-up, you should not do it. Like only thing you can do when you should do a repeat sample is that like if you have recovered from COVID once, like in 7 to 8 days you have recovered, and after another week or 10 days, if you're getting again symptoms of fever, cough or anything, you can repeat that. So COVID, it's not like once you have got COVID, you will not get COVID again. You can still get a COVID again. So you have to still continue to wear mask, follow hand sanitation and everything. So only if you have a symptoms after your recovery, then you can repeat yourself to confirm whether you have reinfected or not. Otherwise, routinely doing COVID swab even after finishing a quarantine period is not required. If I have tested positive, do all my family members need to get tested? Ideal question answer to this is yes, they should get tested. If at all they are not getting tested, everybody should be in home quarantine for minimum of 10 days. Or if they develop any symptom, they should do a COVID test. So none of the family members who has been exposed to in last 7 days should go out for work or do any other routine work, because they may be infected but they may not have symptoms. So they could be a carrier. They can spread it to others. So ideally, best thing is they should get it tested. In case they are not getting it tested, all of them should also stay in quarantine for minimum of 10 days. Okay, and other question commonly people also ask me is that how do we need to sanitize our home once we have finished our quarantine period? Do we need to sanitize our entire house? So see, basically all this virus whichever is there, so once they're outside our body, they can maximum live for around 48 to 72 hours. Even on plastic items or anything, they can maximum live for 48 to 72 hours. They cannot live more than that. So if you've already finished 72 hours of your quarantine, like once of your 10th days and you have finished your 72 hours, there is no need to do a special sanitization. If at all you want to clean your house, what you need to do is you can actually clean it with the soap water. Soap water can effectively kill all COVID viruses. So you need not do any special sanitization. Even a soap water will help you in that. So these are the basic measures which you need to take when you are in home quarantine. Another thing is you need to just stay strong, stay positive. Willpower is other thing which is very important. So people tend to get frightened and get worried. So when you get frightened, your symptoms also get aggravated. So you should stay psychologically also strong and always consult a doctor. So if you are fearing to contact any doctor, we have a few volunteer doctors who are ready to help you free of cost, ready to do free teleconsultation. So we will share our details with you. You can anytime message us or chat with us whenever you have any queries. Thank you.